Time to see what the wizards are up to.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how are you? Happy Tuesday.
Yeah.
Is it Friday yet?
We've been super busy. We had Derek actually came up to town, visited, and we were working on stuff with the Rise of Empire Kickstarter and all kinds of play testing of various games. So that was a ton of fun.
Celebrated Darwin's birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Darwin.
In here said happy birthday, Darwin.
Yeah.
Sharon posted today is Darwin's birthday, so send him challenges. I think it's today. But
Yeah, Darwin Castle, designer of Star Realms and creative director here at Wise Wizard Games. Birthday today, I think 29. I think
maybe turning 30. I don't know. I think it's a big one. Yeah, he came over to play test the game he's working on. And I was like, oh, we got to run out now and get a cake. We used to, when we were all in the office together, always do a cake when it was someone's birthday and ice cream. So I had to get some ice cream too. So yeah, we sang the happy birthday.
Yeah,
so
and we had actually a big playtest session with all the all the promos designed for the Star Realms Rise of Empire stretch goals. So we got we designed an absurd number of promos for the Rise of Empire Kickstarter. Basically wanted to be prepared for the Kickstarter to be big. And we've been unlocking stretch goals in that Kickstarter like crazy, bazillions of them. But we basically took all the ones we've designed and put them in with that.
Oh, there we go. Does everyone have video now? It looked like some people, Dusto, do you have video now? Some people did not have video. And I'm just going to do a shout out. Dusto is streaming tonight. So normally we have someone streaming on Wednesday night. And Derek was scheduled for tonight, but he's recovering from his travel from Boston. He had a long trip. Everyone's having a lot of flight delays. So he asked Dusto, and Dusto is going to be streaming tonight. So you can watch him at 7 p.m. tonight on our twitch.tv/WiseWizardGames.
So you can issue Dusto a challenge, give him a beat down.
And get credits if you beat him. Does Dusto get credits if he wins?
No, sorry, Dusto. No credits for you.
So I'll just touch quickly. We have a giveaway going on. It's for the 4 crisis packs. If you don't have those, these are super fun. These were our first set of expansion packs that were 4 packs, and they have awesome content. I like the events. I know some people like them, some people don't, but you know, when it comes out, something happens and it affects everyone. It adds a lot. Maybe some people would say randomness to the game. Yeah. I like a bit of randomness in my game.
One of the great things about the way we do expansions is you get these little packs. Each one has a little icon on it, telling you which set it's from. So you can really customize your set to play any way that you want. So when you get all the crisis packs, you could just play with the new ships and bases if you wanted to, or you can play with the events, or you can take the events out. You can play with heroes or not. Each set adds different stuff, and mixing up the way you play really is pretty cool. So that's it's a lot of fun, and you can, and like you said, you can try something out, play with it, take it back out, and modify your deck any way you want.
Yeah, we added an all-in tier to the Kickstarter because there was quite a few people that wanted to be able to get every Star Realm set, and I saw a comment. And I was like, I don't even know how to reply to this. He was like, you don't really need all of them. Just a couple is good. And I'm like, I wonder which couple he thinks is like fine. Because there is a lot of variety. So And
that is actually one of the things that I do love about Star Realms. Like, you could just have like Frontiers, the Star Realms base set, and carry that around and play it 100 times, and it's awesome. Or you can buy, you know, all the different stuff we have, build your deck a million different ways. And like, honestly, for the play level you get in Star Realms is, you know, if you're watching this, is pretty insanely high. And the price for even getting every single thing we've made for Star Realms over all these many years, it's not that expensive. It's still cheaper than a lot of the Kickstarters where you know, get one thing on a new game, and it's, you know, like, but with the Star Realms, each individual thing isn't that expensive. So even getting all of it from scratch, it isn't that bad. So we have Gen Con right around the corner. And next week, and we will. This is our first Gen Con where we're back at it in full force. So we're going to have a big booth. We're going to have an events area, and at that events area, we're going to have a Legend series for Star Realms and a Legend series for Hero Realms. These are really cool. If you win a Legend series, you one, you get cool trophies, and two, the most important thing is you become a card in the game. So basically, you'll take pictures, you'll work with our artists to get your likeness into the game on a card that'll eventually show up in the app, etc. It's ridiculously cool. There's a bunch of stretch goals in the current Star Realms Kickstarter that's going on right now, where you can look at some of the hero ones, and those are, you know, players who have won Legend Series championship events are mixed in with those heroes. So super, super cool. I know not everybody can make it out to a con, but for those of you who do come, I hope to see you there. Jump into the Legend Series. It's a ton of fun to play, even if you're not super competitive. Everybody's super nice who plays. And if you happen to win, you know, ridiculously cool bragging rights, becoming a card in the game. And if you stop by the booth, we're gonna have some sweet promo cards for the show. We have brand new promo cards. So unless you're from France, you probably have not gotten to play with this card, Ace of Aces. This was actually a card we designed. Star Realms got nominated for a really big award in Europe, and we made and ILO, our French partner, wanted to have a promo to celebrate that achievement, and so that was the Ace of Aces was a card we designed, and it came out first in French a few years back, and we are now making an English language version of it.
We've gotten requests for it as well. Yeah.
Yes. So that we've got that promo card for Star Realms, and for Hero Realms, we've got a couple payoff cards. We've got a couple promo cards. We've got the payoff here. Obviously, getting 4 gold can be quite powerful, letting you buy really big things. And this has a kind of crazy sacrifice ability. You can buy a champion from your opponent's board right off the table. You have to pay. You have to both sacrifice the payoff and pay double the cost of the champion you're stealing, but you can literally steal a card. So basically, the champion will go from their side of the table over to your side of the table, and you can start using it immediately that turn. It's like, yeah, really fun, crazy, cool card.
Also Ken Fusion mentioned maybe we'll have these at PAX Unplugged. So we will have these at PAX Unplugged, and we also are going to be sending some to Board Game Geek, to the Geek Store, for people that can't get to conventions. We'll also probably be doing a giveaway. Watch social media for the post when I post them. We
always have some little Gen Can't promotion for people who can't make it. There'll be a small number of promos given away. And we have
the next one was
another so Tanat the Outcast, so really cool Hero Realms champion, and this is based on a friend of ours from the industry for the art, Stephen Bonacore. And obviously really cool ability on this this champion. You can activate to draw a card, and your opponent has the option of discarding a card, and if they don't, they lose 6 health. And this would bypass guards and such. So basically, if when you activate tonight, you're going to be drawing a card, and your opponent's either going to be losing health or discarding a card. So pretty cool effect on this champion.
Yeah, I also want to mention that this champion was based on the Facebook RPG story game that we ran last summer. So remember the salamander that was chosen as the pet or familiar of this
so members of our community, Danny and Ben from Super Awesome Games, who do the Hero Realms campaign stuff, wanted to do an interactive story with the community. We had this really cool thing where basically they would, the community would vote, and it would affect the story. So you can go back and read the content if you missed it. And this is the character from that fan based story. So super
I'm just
sweet.
so excited to have new promo cards.
Yes. So the first con where you'll be able to get the very first place you'll be able to get these promos is at Gen Con. But if you can't make it to Gen Con, we're gonna have some social media promotions. You'll be able to buy these directly from the Board Game Geek store. And we'll be going to more conventions over the course of the year, so you'll be able to pick them up there as well. So
we'll be at PAX Unplugged and Essen Spiel in Germany.
So you may have heard me talk from time to time about a little Star Realm set called Rise of Empire. It's ridiculously cool. The Kickstarter is live right now. And as I mentioned earlier in this stream, we've been unlocking stretch goals like freaking crazy. We've been, new stretch goals are getting locked every single day. We unlocked 2 on Sunday of all things. And I believe we're just about to, or maybe already past the next goal. So I'll probably have to, right when I'm done with the stream, I'm probably gonna have to post the next stretch goal we unlocked. The Rise of Empire set is an amazing 2-player legacy campaign. 1 player playing Star Empire, 1 player playing Trade Federation. You modify your cards as you play. There's like stickers that permanently change the cards. But if you don't like using stickers, or you want to play through the campaign multiple times, we made an infinite replay kit with every possible combination of ship and base upgrades that you can do in the game with pre-printed cards. Super sweet. Check out the Kickstarter. It's awesome. And as I said, we have a ton of stretch goals unlocked. It's going to be a giant pile of promo cards for everybody who's who participates in the Kickstarter. And this is the Infinite Replay Kit that I mentioned. So this little set's going to have 180 cards in it, every possible ship and base upgrade in Rise of Empire. So if you don't want to sticker your cards, you can just go find the upgrade that you're doing and pull it out of this. And it also comes with a new copy of the market deck. So if you played through Rise of Empire using stickers the first time, you can set that set aside. You can go back and play at any time you want, playing the sort of finished set. Because when you're done with Rise of Empire, it becomes a set that you can play over and over again. And then you can swap in the new deck that comes in here and play through the campaign as many times as you like. Using that card swapping method. So it's a really sweet thing. We made it nice and cheap in the Kickstarter. So basically it's only an extra $20 to get that infinite replay ability functionality in that, there's 180 additional cards. So awesome. And speaking of cards from Rise of Empire, another thing we're going to have at Gen Con is some cards from Rise of Empire in promo form. So these are alt art. So these are the exact same cards that will appear in Rise of Empire, but it's slightly tweaked on them, so making them a nice little collectible. And one of the cool things about the Rise of Empire cards, the way they were designed, they're designed to be able to mix in with regular Star Realms stuff, and the fact that they don't have friends to ally with is no big deal, because basically on all the Rise of Empire cards, the ally abilities are very weak. But the cards have a powerful ability when you acquire them, making them really exciting things to sort of sprinkle into your market deck. So you can take cards from the Rise of Empire market deck, and you can shuffle them in a few of them or all of them, however you want to do it, into your market deck when not playing the Rise of Empire campaign, and they're really cool. So, for example, this Finder gives you a 2 trade when you play it, or you can acquire a card that costs 2 or less and put it right on top of your deck. So, nice solid ability, 2 cost card. It allies for a trade if you happen to have another consortium card, but if you just mix this in as a promo, even if you got multiples, probably not going to ally it, but that's okay, because it's when you buy the card, you get this when acquired ability to draw a card and discard a card. So late in the game, you can buy this thing off the market primarily to get that ability to cycle through your deck faster and maybe get that next powerful ship that's going to finish off your opponent's base or your opponent. Then we have the mighty Warlord. This is a 8-cost scavenger ship. So 8 cost, hits like a truck, 10 points of damage, which is obviously really solid, but for an 8-cost ship, that's clearly a little bit underpowered, and its 2 points of ally combat doesn't really bring it up to the level. However, when you acquire this thing, you can immediately scrap up to 2 cards from your hand and or discard pile. So basically, immediate deck thinning as soon as you purchase it. So really sweet 8-cost thing. So super fun to mix into just a regular Star Realms deck as a promo card. And then finally, we've got the Castle from the Kingdom faction. 7-cost base gives you 4 combat, 6 defense outposts. So again, really solid card. However, weak for a 7-cost, as every card, in Rise of Empire is a little weak for its cost if you just look at it, what it does once it's in your deck. However, the when acquired ability, again, being the key to how these cards function, the Castle, when acquired, gives you 5 combat. So you buying this thing off the table, turning your 7 trade into 5 immediate combat to hit your opponent, take out that base, whatever you need to do. Really cool to splash into your deck as a promo card. And all the cards in Rise of Empire function this way. You can pick and choose ones to just shuffle in with a regular market deck and have these cool when acquired abilities, and a solid card. So when you have that 7 trade, you're like, okay, do I want to get like a blob card or whatever other 7-cost cards are out there, which will probably be slightly better once it's in your deck. But if you buy the Rise of Empire card, you're getting that immediate power boost. So we're going to have these cards at the con. It will be given away as promos throughout the show, and so you'll be able to pick these up and play with them in your deck and get a little taste of what it feels like to mix in Rise of Empire cards into your deck.
Joel, don't worry. Since you can't come to Gen Con, we'll send you.
We got you covered, Joel.
Send you some.
So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Joel is a member of the team who's basically the guy does everything for you on the digital side. So if you're on the Discord talking about Star Realms or Hero Realms or whatever, you'll see Joel there, and he does a fantastic job interfacing with the community and basically being the voice of the digital team for everybody.
All right, someone missed the Hero Realms one, so I'm just going to pop back really quick. New promo cards.
New promo card payoff. You can literally buy your opponent's champion from play and put it in play on your side of the table using the payoff cards sacrifice ability. So really cool one. And then we have the Outcast, really cool factionless champion from Hero Realms. So fantastic promo cards. We're going to have these at Gen Con. They're going to be available on the Board Game Geek store. We like to support Board Game Geek.
We don't have, they're shipping directly to the show, so we'll ship some from there.
Yeah, they're not available on the Board Game Geek
store, so they won't
yet,
be available for like a couple of weeks,
and
probably.
We'll also have a promotion, social media, or some such promotion for people who can't make it to the con, so you can try and win the promos that way as well.
And we'll have the new promo cards at PAX Unplugged and Essen as well.
So yeah, if you're one of our European players and you're able to make it to Essen in Germany, we'll be there with those. And of course Gen Con and PAX Unplugged. We sadly won't be able to make it out to PAX West this year, but maybe might be back next year. Yeah. Okay, so. We have a update that actually it just hit for Hero Realms. The main thing we're doing here, the big change is ranking. So basically, when you've got your level, which you every game you play, you gain experience. Your character always levels up, and then we've got your rank, which is it's an indication of how good you are at the game, your win-loss ratio. And basically, when you win games, your rank goes up. When you lose games, your rank goes down. There's a lot of steps along the way, and there's sort of color codes for the various general categories. So we've got bronze and silver and gold and platinum and diamond ranks in the system. And basically, if you win a game, rank goes up. Lose a game, your rank goes down. And one of the things that we've
sorry, Ken.
So
this is happening to Rob too.
You can't go below the base silver one. That's that's as low as it goes. So you can only go up from there. One of the issues with the ranking system, my goal for the ranking system was it to be a thing that we could use to try and pair people of equivalent skill level, so that, as the community grows. Right now, where when you play online, you'll frequently get matched up against someone with a different rank. But as the community grows and grows and grows, and we get more and more players, and we have multiple people queuing at the same time, and we need to decide, who do we match up against who? We try and get obviously we try and match levels. If you're not doing the down level where you automatically play the same level, if you're doing standard where you want to play someone of a close level to you, we'll use that to match your level. But then we want to try and get players of the closest possible skill level together. So if you're a gold 3 player, we'll try and match you with another gold 3 player, or as close as we can get to that. But sometimes, especially as the game is newer now, there won't be a player of close to your rank, so we'll just pair you up with anybody. One of the things we're doing is something that's similar to what happens in like chess or Magic the Gathering or any ELO ranking system, where basically if you get an unexpected win or loss, you gain or lose more rank. So previously, the way we had it, if you won, you gained one click in the system, a little star, and if you got enough stars, you'd go up from like a gold 3 to a gold 4, etc. And then if you win up enough of those, then you'd move to the next color. What we're doing now is breaking people into general categories. So if you are so you've got your silver, your bronze, your silver, your gold, your platinum, your diamond. If you play somebody who's a higher rank, so let's say you're a silver, and you play somebody who's a platinum, so they are 2 overall categories above you. So basically, they're not silver, they're not gold, they're platinum, so it's 2 above. You will get a bonus of 2-star ranking points if you beat them. So you get the 1 for winning and 2 more because they're 2 higher than you. If you conversely, if you get ranked, if you have a rank down match where let's say you're the platinum player, you're playing against someone who's silver. If you lose to them, you won't lose 1 star. You'll lose a total of 3 stars. So basically, it's going to make it so that there's going to be a pull toward the middle from this. So, for example, I played a couple games this morning with a character I've been playing a long time, and they're a diamond ranked player, and I lost to silver ranked players. I think that was a difference where I lost 4 stars for each of those losses. So it's pulling my rank down. But they, on the other side of the thing, hey, you beat a player who's been playing for a long time. Big bonus for you. They'll get those. They'll get those in return. So I know for players who have been building their rank because they've been playing a ton and have a better than 50-50 win ratio, this is going to be a little painful because you've only seen your rank basically climb over time now, and now there may be it's going to be harder to get to those super high stratospheric levels on your rank because as maybe you win 2 out of 3 games versus a silver player, but that's not good enough when you're platinum to have your rank continue to climb. They'll actually pull you down a little bit because they are going to get a bunch of stars from you when they win. But on the other side of the coin, when you're bringing up a new character and hey, you're really good at the game and you have a really good, and you're starting a new character and it starts out at bronze, you're going to be gaining ranks very quickly as you beat players who have higher ranking than you. You're going to get a bunch of stars quickly. So this will allow us to more rapidly get a player the ranking that they deserve, basically that matches their skill level. So then we can in turn use the rank to try and get the fairest matches possible. By fair match, I mean you got a 50-50 shot of winning, against your opponent. So it's gonna be great for those new players with lower ranks, because oh man, I'm playing against this guy who's really good. Sure, you're probably gonna lose, but when you do win, that time you win, oh my god, I got a ton of rank. So basically, this does one issue which I'm trying to decide whether it's fine this or not. Basically, if you choose to prestige your character, so basically you can rank up, get to level 12, and then when you get to, if you want to, you can gain a prestige point by reducing your character back down to level 1, and then starting over from scratch. But one of the things we decided to do when you prestige, we decided to let you keep your rank. So basically, even though your character is resetting to level 1, you're keeping the rank that you've earned with that character. So if you're gold, you'll be at level 1 again, but you'll still be at gold rank. Now, when you're low levels, you're much more likely to get paired up against bronze level players or silver level players, because that's where the new players are coming into the game or new characters coming into the game start out. So while we will pair you up against another player of the same rank and level if we can, you're likely going to end up with a match where you're playing against a lower ranked player. That means with this new system, if you lose, they're going to be getting a bunch of points and you're going to be losing them. However, you are a super skilled Hero Realms player who's, likely taking on a newer player. So you've got a good shot of winning. So this is sort of a reward, a reward for them if they can manage to pull off that fight. I'm shrinking down below the camera.
Trying to fix this because, when the comments come up, we can't see you. Sorry.
All right. So that is the update for Hero Realms. We've got a really cool update coming for Star Realms. Not out yet. Digital team is working on it. It's in the beta, and it'll be coming soon to the full game. So on the campaign play, we've got if you played through the campaign, there's a ton of content in there, and there's different storylines. So some of the campaigns will have a story behind them, and there's a ton of chapters in each story. And so what we've done is we've made a cover screen for campaign play where we've broken things up by story. So hopefully this will make the storylines a little more intuitive and easier to follow. So when you click on these, it'll take you to the chapters that deal with that particular story. And then within that, there'll be all the chapters within that story. So basically, you can start a storyline, play through the chapters that are in there, assuming, of course, that you own the sets that those chapters come with. And if you click the little All Chapters button, it'll bring you to the old layout where you can see all the different campaign screens there. So nice little, basically nice little user interface thing that helps convey the story. We also have a new play mode, Commander Skirmish. So this is a way for us to really have fun with the command decks. So if you own the command decks, you can, and the base set, you can play Commander Skirmish. And in Commander Skirmish, when you join this queue, we will choose a random group of expansions that you don't need to own. It's great if you own them, but basically you don't have to own them. They'll be in that game, and the little icons for them will come up, so you'll know what sets you're dealing with. And you and your opponent will each get to pick one of the standard commanders, the two faction commanders. Jokum is not in this particular format. This is just the standard normally available two faction commanders. So you'll see on the bottom which sets that you're playing with, and then you'll have a choice, a random choice of 3 commanders to play with. And your opponent will have a choice of the other 3. So you don't know which one they're picking. They don't know which one you're picking. You just know whichever ones you've got access to, they don't, and vice versa. So you pick your favorite commander among these, and maybe thinking about, what are the possible matchups that will thinking about which ones your opponent might have, what they might choose, what you think would be a good matchup for that. So you have that sort of like little draft, mini one-click draft there where you're deciding which commander to play, and then you play a game with those sets with the commander you chose and the commander and the commander that they chose. So basically, you don't always necessarily, if you have a favorite commander, you might not be able to play him every time if you choose this format. Of course, you can still do challenges with commanders. Pick whatever commander you want, including the Kickstarter exclusive Lost Fleet commander. So, but in this format, it's when you go into it, you're not sure which one you're going to be playing or your opponent. You get a choice of 3, and you got a different grouping of sets that are available. So, really excited about this new format. Basically. One of the challenges with commanders is that certain commanders work better with certain sets than others, and players were sometimes choosing a commander and choosing sets that went really well with that commander for when they're entering the matches. This takes away that problem. Basically, you're playing with a random grouping of sets with a commander that you got to choose partially, but out of a selection of 3. So really fun new format. I believe to answer that question, I think this is async.
Joel, are you still on the stream?
Yeah, I think it might be async only, but I'm.
Or if anyone in the beta knows, they might be able to answer as well.
But yeah, I actually don't know the answer to that question. So that was a random, uneducated guess. But yeah, well, for the next time, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I think this seems really cool.
All right, so
wait, we have the answer from Joel. You can play async or real time.
Yeah,
all right, thank you, Joel.
Thanks, Joel. So that is all the new content we have to cover today. As I said, the Rise of Empire Kickstarter is live now. You probably all know about it, but please tell your friends, because man, there are going to be a ton of promo cards. I think we're already at like 20 something promos in the promo pack, which is closing on the, like the biggest ones. I think Frontiers had like 40 promos total in the packet. So and we're 1 week in, and we've already unlocked 20 something promos. So this is going to be a really big, awesome promo pack that goes with it. And of course, the Rise of Empire set itself. This is my favorite thing that we've ever done with Star Wars. So it is really, really cool. And the 2-player campaign is phenomenal. But as I was talking about earlier, the individual cards from Rise of Empire are super cool to add into regular games. Either just a sprinkling of, let's take these few cards, like sprinkling in a few promos, or you can bring in the whole, block.
Thank you to everyone who has backed. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Looks like Joel was posting that we're gonna.
Yeah, we're right on the precipice of another stretch goal, yet another stretch goal getting unlocked today.
Yeah, thank you. There was a couple comments that I just want to touch on. One was, is there a roadmap for Hero Realms content? So we don't have a public roadmap that we share, but hopefully you can tell that we listen to the feedback from the community and the comments in Discord and the feedback we get on the app. The team's incredible, Joel and the rest of the team, just making things happen in the app. And we've been seeing additional things come out over time in all of our apps. So
yeah. So basically we've got for the digital side, we've got a sort of a wish list of features, and we prioritize, we knock them down one at a time. We sort of prioritize which ones. Tournaments will be coming. Cosmetics will be coming. Things you can spend your gems on will all be coming to the Hero Realms app. And I do have a long roadmap of improvements and sets. Like the sets that will be coming out over time. I haven't publicly put the whole thing out there, but the first thing that's going to be coming is the Kickstarter 1 promos, as just an awesome set of cool cards that will be added to the market, and an increase in the level cap from 12 to 14. So that's going to be coming in the fall time frame for digital. And then of course also in the fall we've got the awesome Hero Realms Dungeons set that you can see behind Debbie. That's going to be coming to Kickstarter for Hero Realms physical. 6 new character classes. I'm
excited about the
all
Druid.
New market deck, new dungeon adventure for solo and cooperative play. Absolutely insane pile of content for Hero Realms that's going to be coming this fall to Kickstarter. And with our basically, we don't have a date for it yet, because with our new Kickstarter policy, we're basically finishing things up, all the design development on a game, and then bring it to Kickstarter. So basically, we had actually thought Dungeons would come before Rise of Empire. Turns out the Rise of Empire team finished up before the Hero Realms Dungeons. So we just swapped the order. But Dungeons is close. It is awesome, and it'll be coming in this fall-ish time frame to Kickstarter, and it'll be a much shorter window between when we do the Kickstarters to when we deliver product, because we're doing all that work up front instead of after the Kickstarter. So just a tweak in how we're doing things. But we will talk about that a lot before it happens. So don't worry, you will not be surprised.
So there was a question. I don't know. Did you mention the Data Pirate card? I'm not sure.
So that is one of the most recent unlocked promo cards. I'm not doing any spoilers on promos today, but that's actually a cool idea.
Okay.
So we won't be streaming next week, because I will actually be traveling to Gen Con next week. But basically, on an upcoming stream, I'm sure we can spoil a few of those promo cards.
Tuesday after.
Yeah. So basically, we will try to have some promo cards spoiled on the stream in 2 weeks, and also I'll probably spoil a few in updates that are coming. But and I think I saw a Kapow question. So
yes.
Kapow is, so just real quick on our existing Kickstarters. Star Realms Deluxe Nova Collection, the big box on the top there, that is done at the factory. We have gotten the shippers assigned. So basically, the shipping companies have been chosen, and they are lining up schedules with ships. So basically, you get product, it gets put into one of those big container things that looks like the back of a tractor trailer. That gets put onto a ship and sent overseas, but they obviously have to book passage on ships, and there's all kinds of crazy logistics involved. But basically, that process moving forward. Soon, I will be doing an update to the Kickstarter with, okay, the stuff going to the U.S. is scheduled to leave port in China on this date, scheduled to arrive in the port in the U.S. on that date, and we estimate it'll be going to the fulfillment center on this date. Obviously, everything's subject to change if, ships sometimes get delayed, ports have backlogs, sometimes customs is deciding, I'm going to check this container, and they spend an extra time on it. But it'll give you those general guidelines. So that's Deluxe Nova, very close. I cannot wait for you guys to have it. It's so freaking gorgeous. But anyway, Deluxe Nova, that's where that one's at. Kapow is printing right now and scheduled to be done at the printer later in August, and then we will be doing the same thing, arranging shipping, booking those containers, getting dates. So basically, yes, Kapow is still on track for getting into your hands, the backers' hands, this fall. Knock on wood, hopefully no problems at ports or customs or any of those things. And then Robot Quest Arena, they are working on the minis now. That takes a long time compared to the card content, but the minis are beautiful. They've been approved. The factory's working on them, and we are finalizing the paper material. So we've shown you guys like the rule books, etc. We're making a bunch of tweaks and edits and stuff. We'll show you the new versions of those before they go to print. So you'll get a chance to see those. But that is basically, we're in the printing process, starting with the minis because they take the longest, and the paper is going to be going soon. And so Robot Quest Arena, I believe it's in the latest update. It's it's basically end of the year time frame. I can't remember whether it was end of this calendar year or beginning of next calendar year when it's going to be in your hands. But like I said, it's in the most recent update on there are the current estimates, but in progress. And then we've, for the Sorcerer Endbringer stuff, we have booked a printing window. We're using the same printer we used for the original Sorcerer set. We really wanted to keep that amazing quality and just incredibly beautiful content in Sorcerer. So we've got that scheduled, and so that'll be a delivery early next year. So that's where we are on all the currents, and as I said, we've now made it so with Kickstarter we're bringing stuff to Kickstarter only after the development's done, because we take a long time with the development. We tend to tweak a lot of stuff. I really, I'm a perfectionist.
The games are awesome.
I mean, basically, when you get it, we want it to be as awesome as we can make it. So I think generally speaking, people have been really happy with the stuff that when they get it. Our final, we really try and make our final products awesome. So basically, with the Rise of Empire stuff, all that sort of design development, bazillion tweaks stuff, that's already done. So basically, we are some of the files are print ready now. Others we're in the process of making print ready. So basically, very shortly after, like in the month after the campaign ends, we're going to be finishing up all the little tweaks on the files, the little stuff like the text on the back of the box for the packaging and all those sort of things. We're working on to finalize, and that'll be going to print. Very soon, relatively speaking, after the Kickstarter ends. So we're super excited about it.
Yeah, there was a question earlier on, but you were talking about something else about whether we will see new Epic promo cards. So we do want to do some new Epic promo cards as well. And I know that we have some people in the queue for Legend cards as well. So I don't have a timeline on those, but that is also on as a from the marketing perspective. That's another thing that I've been asking for. So I think we made a lot of progress here in getting a bunch of new promo cards for Star Realms and Hero Realms, and that'll be the next on my
ballpark. Almost certainly for the summer cons next year, we'll have some new Epic promo cards, there's a possibility we might have some for for PAX Unplugged, but more likely to be the summer cons next year. Some new promo content for that as well. So. For this show, we'll have the Star Realms and the Hero Realms promos and some really great ones there. And of course, in the future, I'm looking forward to having some Robot Quest Arena promos. That's pretty sweet. Sorcerer doesn't really lend itself to individual promos just because of the way the game works with those pre-designed packs. So basically, we don't have Sorcerer promos, but there is a ton of really cool like Kickstarter exclusive content for Sorcerer, and of course just the stuff in the base game and the publicly available packs is also insanely awesome.
Peter has a lot in the works.
And we have a lot in the works. It's going to be a while before that comes, because again, with our new process, we are fully finalizing stuff before we bring it to Kickstarter. And like, I'm bad about being a perfectionist on stuff. Peter is just as bad as me. So when the two of us get together on something, it's we take some time going over and making stuff, like redoing to make it as good. If one of us gets an idea late in the thing that makes things better, we will rework everything to get it in there. So but basically that'll all be behind the curtain now, so you guys won't see those delays. Basically when we bring it to you on Kickstarter, all that work will already be done on our projects moving forward. Cool.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you, I guess, in 2 weeks
or next week if you're going to Gen Con.
I hope to see many of you.
Dad will be there. I'll be there. It'll be super fun. But a ton of people from the team.
We have a lot of people there. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, everybody.